The tale of the 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix. It's long and boring, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Long story short, this car had a rusted out oil pan and we replaced that. We ran the car for a little bit, then we started having hot start idle issues, where it would start and run fine when it was cold. You'd shut it off, and if the engine was hot, you'd start up again and it would start, the idle would jump all over the place, up, down, and eventually stall. Fine. We replaced a variety of sensors, but never really fixed the problem, including the idle air control motor and stuff like that. Then the car sat for approximately a year and a half. I was also figuring that we had some sort of manifold air leak. Wasn't sure what or where. Starting to get ready to run the car again. Check the oil's down. Check the coolant is way down. I'm sorry, the oil was way up, coolant was way down. I pop open the drain pan, and sure enough, we'd been putting water into the oil level. So we drained all the oil out and such like that. Changed the lower manifold and upper manifold gaskets, restored everything back into place. And that's where we are right now. This car hasn't run in 2 years. I've taken all the gaskets out, put them all back in again. New coolant, got oil in the engine right now. What I've done is I pulled the fuel pump fuse, because I don't want to put any fuel to the engine yet. Because the car, number one, had water in the oil, and number two, has been sitting for 2 years, I'm going to give it about 30 seconds of starting priming. Never change the oil filter. I don't believe the car ever ran much with water getting in the oil, so I don't believe that actually the engine was washed in coolant, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But what I am going to do is, once we do our 30 seconds of start time, then we're going to put the fuel pump in, check to make sure we have no leaks, and then we're going to start the car, and we're going to bring it up to temperature so we can, number one, get the coolant system back online, because you have to drain it to do the lower intake manifold. And number two, then we're going to change the oil and the filter to make sure we get out any residual water that may or may not be in the oil, just to be on the safe side. And then we'll go from there. So there's the story. Now let's get in there. Battery's hooked up, fuel pump's pulled out. Everything else should be good to go. Brand new battery from 6 months ago. Let's see if it goes. 2 years this car hasn't started. Let's give it a go now. I should have an oil idiot light that tells me I have no oil pressure, and that should go up pretty quick. System on. No fuel pump, there it is. Let's crank. That starter loves it. And let's wait there, and let's wait a couple minutes. Another 15 seconds. Alright, I don't like how the light has not turned off, but we're going to give it a try anyway. We'll go put the fuel fuse back in and be right back. Okay, rest assured I'm not going to let it run very long if that oil light doesn't turn off. There it goes. Easy, sunshine. Wow. More she's run. She's out of gas too. That's good, because it's 2-year-old gas. See, we'll make sure we're not spraying everything everywhere. I did check the fuel system while we were away. Just spewing something back there. I'm going to expect some oil burn off of whatever. It could be coolant from when I took the intake off. The other's coming out front here too. Smells like oil. So that's the plan. I got to move some cars and turn this thing around so I can mow under it, honestly. And cut to the scene of the car not running. There you go. Drove around the block a couple times. We're still having something up with the idle. It stalled where it was after shifting gears and all. So the original problem is probably still there, but at least the intake manifold's taken care of. Next up now is to drain the oil, change the filter at my leisure, and then we can start doing some real tests. We also have some rust repair to do. Last time this car had a nose scoop on it. It has had apparently in its injury of some accidents, front and back. So we've got some rust bubbles we're going to do some videos on how to repair just locally. And we also have a little bump there on the bumper. We have a little bit of repair there. This fender seems okay except for the inside. Did it with this one. So we've got some other things to do, but we'll have some videos popping up. This car also has an issue with the passenger side heating that we've got to address, where it always blows hot, whether it's on hot or cold. So be good stuff coming up on this 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix. At least it runs now, and we got it out of its hole that's been sitting in for 2 years.